As for daily Ask Reddit. r/ask Reddit. What's the plot hole in a movie you just can't get over? If you like the video, drop a like and subscribe so you never miss a video. Definitely the Ant-Man movies. The guy still weighs 200 pounds when he shrinks, and they acknowledge that the first time he uses a suit launching out of a tub and cracking a floor tile. Then no more than 10 seconds later he breaks through drywall because he's so small and heavy, but then lands on a record player like he weighs nothing. To add a few more examples, a shrunken tank on a keychain, and shrinking down a building in the second movie and just wheeling it around. I've never seen a movie establish something and then contradict itself so quickly. I've seen people talk about this a few times in other threads, and the consensus always seems to be because time particles, like, apparently even, or perhaps especially, in the comics time particles were always wildly inconsistent, and were used as a magic bullet solution to everything, so it's true to the source material, if nothing else. I call it count the coats. I've been watching a lot of Hallmark movies to get my mind off the news, and I've noticed that whenever the girl goes back to her hometown or gets stranded in a cute little town over Christmas, she arrives with a small roll-around travel bag, and yet as the story progresses, she is seen wearing multiple different long wool and puffer coats and various pairs of boots. She would have needed a van to transport the amount of clothing she seems to have. One could almost make a drinking game out of it. This is my favorite so far, and I'm definitely game for this to be a drinking game when the 24-hour Christmas channel comes back. That in every Christmas movie where Santa is real and the adults are portrayed as non-believers in Santa, none of them question where the gifts come from on Christmas morning. I would just assume that Santa's uses some gas or some drug that affects parents into thinking they bought the gifts. The elves just hack their bank account. I assumed that one parent thought the other parent had got the gifts they didn't recognize, but yours makes more sense ESP for bigger gifts. However, as a parent now myself I can totally seeing my original assumption holding up. 8 million forms of communication and 3PO doesn't speak Jora? Okay, this is the best one I've seen so far. Anakin literally lives on Tatooine. And even if 3PO does understand, he doesn't say anything about it. Karate Kid. Mr. Miyagi sneaks Daniel into the tournament last minute because they didn't actually register, and he even steals a black belt to fake his credentials. Yet the tournament bracket has a Miyagi Dojo banner, complete with graphics and everything. Miyagi and the tournament organizers and the owners of the Cobra Kai Dojo were all just conspiring to bet on little kids beating the out of each other. There is a scene in The Notebook where a sign can be seen in a store window in Seabrook. The sign reads 3 peaches for $1. Now, I want to know one goddamn thing. What peaches cost 33 cents a piece in 1940 South Carolina, nearly the epicenter of peach production? Peaches made of gold? 3 peaches for $1 in that time and place is highway robbery, duck that. Batman Begins with the device that evaporates all the water in Gotham City. It would evaporate the people too, or at least turn them into human prunes. On a related note, how it should have ended pointed out to me that even if the toxin had to be inhaled through the lungs, there would have been plenty of cases of it affecting people whenever they boiled the water. That explains why my wife freaked out on spaghetti night. Still don't know why the aliens in Signs came to a planet that's mostly water inhabited by animals that are mostly water, where water will randomly fall from the sky when their only weakness is water. The movie is a lot better if you subscribe to the theory that the aliens are actually demons. It actually makes a lot of sense. It all starts to happen after the protagonist loses his faith. The house is literally attacked right after he refused to pray over supper. We never see the spaceships the aliens came in. The closest thing is 2 glowing lights in the sky, which a bird flies into and falls, as if it hit something solid. Birds falling from the sky is a biblical sign of the apocalypse. The daughter is repeatedly referred to as an angel, and the water that hurts the aliens is water she drank from, making it holy water if she is literally an angel. And then the most religious region in the world, the Middle East, the birthplace of the Abrahamic religions, is the place specifically mentioned on the radio as having discovered a way to fight the invaders. I mean, it's a shitty movie that doesn't hold up to repeated viewings because Shyamalan was in the middle of his everything must have a twist phase, but it's fun to think about.